Hi, everybody. This is Mark Bezdek. I am the 8th grade United States history teacher for your child this year. First, I want to say that it's been kind of crazy to get the year started virtually like this, but I am so impressed and happy and proud of the way overall that the students have responded to the situation that they've been put in. Spring was tough on everybody. And I taught 7th grade last year. I was the 7th grade science teacher for about half of the kids that I have again this year. And so I know a lot of these students well. I know how they handled the spring, and that makes it all the much sweeter to see just how well many of them are doing to kick off their 8th grade year and what a difference it has made for many of them. So I really enjoyed the beginning of the year. And it's presented challenges, but I think that the school system has had a great plan in place, and the teachers are doing everything we can to implement that plan as best of our ability. So I hope that you also feel like that we're moving in the right direction. And I've had a lot of great conferences with parents, and I've heard a lot of excellent feedback on how history is working, and I'm proud and happy to hear that. So I do want to get going. I wish that we could be in person. I wish that I could get a chance to see you face to face and to answer any questions, but we'll do the best job that we can here. I will try and make this as quick as possible as we go through. I'm sure you have a lot of other presentations. So history. A little bit about me, not that you need it here real quick. I grew up really close by, right down Ridgeberry. And I went to Mayfield, went to Miami, got a teaching license there for 1.8. I was a social studies concentration, so it's kind of funny when the kids think of me, the beginning of the year, they couldn't believe that their science teacher was a social studies teacher, and I had to tell them I was a social studies teacher all along, just pretending to be a science teacher there. So this is definitely more my wheelhouse and my background, and I'm so pleased and happy to be back into teaching history. I do have a master's degree, and I've been working diligently over the last many years to add to that. Most of the classes I take now are history-based and technology-based, which is, the way things are going, and it's helped to keep me at least a little bit able to keep up with everything that's going on. That's my family over there. I have a wife and 4 kids and a dog who may be visiting us here shortly, because if any dog walks by this door, you're going to hear him. Anyway, my oldest there, which is the one next to me, is a senior, so it's kind of crazy. She's 18 now. She voted yesterday, and she is off to college next year. 3 other kids. My son there is in high school. The other 2 are 6th and 4th grade. My wife is also a teacher. She teaches down in Stowe. A little bit about the year. So you can read the screen there. We already are beyond the European exploration times. We are beginning the Revolutionary War itself. We've been spending the last several weeks looking at all the factors that led up to it, the events and the life in the colonies, and some of the unease and disturbances that led the colonists to decide that they needed to break away. So we begin the war itself and when we start class on Friday, and we are going to have to move a little bit quicker. Miss Butler and she's my partner. We were looking at the year as a whole, and because of the nature of the distance learning, we've become a little bit behind our course of study and the pacing guide that we want to be able to keep. So we're going to have to pick and choose what we cover and how much depth we go into as we move on. But we do need to kind of pick up the pace a little bit so that we can get our entire curriculum covered. We will be going through Reconstruction following the Civil War. So there's still a lot of U.S. history to go. But we will be spending a lot of the time in the spring working on the Civil War and then the Reconstruction process and trying to put the country back together after the Civil War. So the 2 big things when you look into Schoology's gradebook. There's two categories of assignments. We have coursework and assessments. Coursework is kind of a generic term that we apply to everything that isn't a test or quiz. So we have these bell ringers, which is a huge assignment the kids just turned in. That's going to be a nearly daily a task that the kids have to do when they start class. It will be worth a lot of points by the time the quarter ends. So we're only going to collect the bell ringers once every quarter. And so when they are turned in, they need to be, caught up and up to date. And then it is a large point value. We use Wednesdays to try and touch base and keep everybody on track. So Wednesday accountability sheets, we are going to, for us, we're going to be using those so that I can make sure that kids understand that, if they missed something, it is their responsibility to go back and make that up. The word accountability itself is an important one, and we stress it whenever possible at Memorial, trying to make sure that the students understand that they are the ones that have to have some accountability for their own learning, for their own actions. And Wednesdays give us that chance to touch base and help kids get caught up. So there's a lot of students that need to better utilize those Wednesdays. Hopefully the Wednesday accountability sheets make that possible. Assessments will be quizzes. We don't give tons of quizzes at the end of each unit. Sometimes we'll have small little quick quizzes that we'll use as far as like exit slips or things that when we are looking to, I need to know sometimes, did they get this? Are they up to date? And are they ready to move on? So those would be how we look at assessments. Some of them will be larger end of unit type, maybe 20, 25 question quizzes. Others are going to be small, quick 3 or 4 question quizzes that test that they know where they understand the concepts that we just finished. Schoology, I'm sure you've been hearing about this and you will from all of the others, but the red folder has everything we need. Go through that. Please make sure you're registered. It's a really good way for you to keep up with what's going on. The gradebook in Schoology is the accurate one. We're linking that to Progress Book as well, but for me, I like the gradebook in Schoology. It's much more user friendly, and it helps if you have an account there where you can go in and check on your kids' grades. And then just make sure that you aren't afraid or worried to reach out to any of your child's teachers. We are all in this together. It's a little corny, I suppose, but we have to be, right? We're trying to do what's best for the kids, and it's a partnership for sure. And don't ever hesitate to reach out to me, email me, use the Schoology messaging app. Let me know if a phone call is better, or I can give you a shout, whatever it's going to take to make sure that we're doing whatever we can to make sure that your child is successful this year. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me ramble on here. I appreciate everything that you're doing at home. I know it's really hard. As you saw, I have 4 kids going through it myself, and it is a struggle daily with at least a couple of those ones. And I feel the pain. So I understand, and I will do whatever I can to help your child and you help them be successful. Thanks a lot.